How come it's 11:30, dude? You're not like ready to roll? You don't have a coffee? That's crazy.
No, late starts in the morning.
Slept in. Did you get fired up last night? Is that why?
No, I was just up last night. I actually went to bed at a reasonable time. Went to bed at somewhere on the downside around 2:00. I last night was the first night of the indoor golf league. That's a blast. That's gonna be that's a hoot.
You doing it at Flow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
How is it? It looks sick.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
How come I didn't get invited? I bet you there's a bunch of gay Tanos in this league.
Are we live right now?
There might be. There might be. I didn't even get the option of picking my own teammate. You were my first call.
Where were you got
right
two?
now?
Yeah, I think we're
Okay.
live.
Well, we didn't say anything. He just sat down, so I didn't know.
Do we have to say anything? We just
No,
started
but
talking.
I didn't know if this was just an off-air conversation or an on-air conversation.
It's on air.
Now I know.
It's on here.
It's like when you
No slurs.
It's like
today.
when you start to talk to somebody and then you crack your soda can and it's not fully cracked, but you just continue to talk to them and then
it's
you
just-
crack the soda can
Yeah,
fully,
yeah,
like as I'm done with the sentence, and then
I get that. I feel like
this has been a soda can opening.
I'm glad we got our podcast equipment back.
All right. So I don't know if you what's this? I didn't ask much about this because I just didn't even
I don't think you asked anything about it.
ask. No questions, man. To be honest, I don't want to fucking ask one thing. I'm not asking how anybody forgot nothing. So give me the lowdown because I didn't even know if we were recording this.
The
All
lowdown
I'm
is
saying
that
there is a cause and effect. And
the lowdown.
We'll get
the
to that.
lowdown is that a certain famous podcaster, hence your brother, okay, who's making thousands of dollars an episode, for some reason doesn't have his own equipment, so he uses ours from time to time. I'll give him the equipment, the mics, the amps.
Which is weird because I thought he never really had to use that.
I got no clue what's going on. I don't ask questions. He
From
needs
the
it though.
outside, from the outside looking in, it looks like his sponsors give him money to like do this stuff, and then he'll hit Al up, use all the equipment, and then keep the money.
Well, yeah, he's getting his money, but I don't think the sponsors are like, hey, make sure you have this equipment. I think
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of implied why they're sponsoring.
no, they're not just giving you money for equipment. If we got a sponsor right now, let's say we got a fencing company.
Yeah.
Let's say we got a random fence company called like Z-Best or something like that out of Revere. Okay, let's say we got that company. That
Yeah,
we don't
well,
know.
they're automatically assuming we have podcast equipment if we're running a podcast.
Yes.
I get what
you see what I'm saying? Like they're not going to think, oh, okay, they need mics.
Okay, fair enough.
So I think they just probably assume it. So they're giving the money.
But they know he's been renting spots to do it.
What do you mean renting spots?
He where he was doing the podcast, he rented what's it called? The place at the garden. He rented.
I think he was given that. I don't think he has had to rent
Thought
anything.
he was renting it.
No,
No.
they
gave it
just
to him
reach out. Yeah,
on
they
the,
just
on
reach
the
out.
arm.
Okay, I gotcha.
They call him Mark
stand
the arm,
corrected.
Lewis. Everything comes on the arm with Mark. Mark's in a good situation where he gets everything given.
Oh well, it's good. Well, things like that are good for everybody.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like that Swayman one, like that, like they would have been known at the like that at that arcade joint. But what happened to line up perfectly, like a night like that, was there was a woman's. I forget who was playing. I don't know if it was Caitlin Clark was playing against Mohegan Sun. It was a WNBA game. It was like one of the first ever WNBA games, completely sold out in the Garden. So that was all going on while Maka was doing his thing. Otherwise, that arcade place that they rented out, that used to be the Guy Fieri's, that was absolutely fucking dog shit, was packed
Yeah.
with people.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It was a Tuesday. So then people are, I mean, like, you're a business owner, you're probably like, yeah,
Yeah, it's sick.
I'm down.
All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty here.
The nitty gritty is that you guys, I'm not even going to tell you the number that I heard that he's making per episode. It will
high,
make you two throw up in your fucking mouth. So he's making that per episode. He's using our equipment. Fine. He's going down to Foxwoods.
So
Not Foxwoods.
Mohegan.
So let me just paint the picture for myself. He hits you up, Al, I'm going down to Mohegan. Can I use the podcast equipment?
Yes.
He comes here and picks it up.
He came to work to pick it up.
Okay, but he physically picked
He
it
came and picked it up.
up. Okay, not another
Usually he
person.
takes 2 mics. I asked him, because there's going to be more people there, do you might need 4? We might need more. He said, yeah, give me 4. So we gave him 4 mics in the mixer set. So we gave him basically our whole audio side of the shit, not the video stuff. He's got a video crew.
Okay,
So he gets the video stuff, the audio stuff on, I want to say Thursday or Friday of last week.
okay.
So Thursday or Friday. Then he's heading down Saturday morning to go to Mohegan, stays the night for the Red Sox 20th anniversary of the 2024 season.
Which I watched the
Did you watch the comeback?
the comeback. What a great fucking
Is it good?
little docu series.
It's good. It's definitely good. I've seen that story 3 different ways. 4 Days in October is the original.
They're saying this one's better, but I don't know.
Good. No,
Well,
this
it gives
it's
you
good.
the whole year before when they lost.
That's true.
Oh, it gives you
That's
2000.
all.
And they build and
Aaron
then
Boone.
the departure of like Noma
How that one
gets traded halfway through.
I feel like they hated on Nomar. I heard a lot. Is that true?
Yeah.
A lot of Nomar hate.
It was more like
Well, he was, like,
doing.
bitter.
He wasn't helping himself. He wasn't playing, and like guys are looking at him. Nomad was iconic in Boston.
They did him
100%.
dirty because we were supposed to get fucking A-Rod.
Yes, they wanted him out.
And then,
I mean, but that's like that's not. I wouldn't say to that point. Just so we don't steer off too far from this. I would say it wasn't doing him. He didn't help himself, but they were trying to wedge him out too.
it should have been a mutual parting of ways.
It could have been.
And
And then they were in on Alex Rodriguez that offseason.
Yeah,
Alex Rodriguez was the best baseball player in the league. So it's like, okay, Noma, like you can't stay on the field. You have fucking 9,000 injuries piling up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like you gotta. You
Something's
gotta
got
go.
to change.
And they traded him at the deadline. Thank God.
All right, so let's
Anyway,
get back
so
to
back.
So he went 20th anniversary. He's going to be interviewing some of these people.
Paid. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so now what?
So I see him on Sunday after he's back at a birthday party, and I'm like, oh, how did all the stuff go? So he's going through the whole thing, the whole 9, talking to all the people, saying which guy was cool, which guy maybe wasn't cool. This guy knows everything about baseball. He basically met a good chunk of the 2024
Team.
team, 2014. Great weekend. Everything was beautiful. Then on the way out, he just slips it to me real quick. And he's like, hey, just to let you know, I lost the audio equipment. I'm like, what do you mean you lost the audio equipment?
Just slipped it at the end.
Just kind of slipped it to me.
Just-
He's like, he tells me right away, though. He tells me right away. I already talked to Mohegan. They have it. I just got to get down there at some point.
Okay.
I'm like, well, how did it happen in the first place? He's like, oh, I had it in my tech guy's room. I assumed the tech guy was going to take it with him, but he just never took it, and he just left it in the room because it wasn't his.
That makes sense.
I don't know. I think Marco honestly left it and just forgot.
Yeah.
That's my
That's
opinion.
what it sounds.
And the tech guy just happened to get thrown in there.
Yeah, because it's like he doesn't think we're going to go call the tech
Here's
guy.
the thing.
But but then it also is like odd. It's like it's like you brought everything else but that one piece back. Like, did it slip through somehow? Like, did it probably not?
it
No.
wasn't even just one piece. It was all of the equipment, Nico.
What is all of the equipment? It's like
Everything
this?
that you
All the
see
mics.
here except the cameras and
so
the computer.
everything?
Yes.
Oh, he just
Just left it there.
so he just left it.
He just left. He probably put it in his closet.
He's
and
probably
just never
flying
touched
high
it
that
again.
he just interviewed Pedro Martinez and left it there.
I just
He probably was trying to get to like fucking morning skate, knowing him.
Yeah.
Like, just
Oh,
like, trying
on
to go
Sunday
skate,
morning.
right? Like
Yeah,
he just flew
probably,
home
bro.
for morning skate.
like I talked to Mohegan. They said it's in my room. It's great to know that it's in my room. It's like, yeah.
I would like to know how he found out. Like, I'd like to know how he found out he didn't have it. Like what was the light bulb in his head?
Seeing you, and having a conversation about it.
Oh, maybe that's true.
Conversation about 100%.
So he could have told you that I already called, they had it before he even did that. We don't really know.
Yeah, we have no clue.
And to the point where then you text a group chat, and now I have to, we don't have any information at this point, and I have to go in investigative journalist mode. Now I know the tech people. So now I get in touch with them. Because now in our minds, we think that they just stole it.
Well, I don't think that.
No.
Well, because I just told you that it's gone.
It's gone.
I thought
See you later.
I thought you literally sent a text said, I'm staying out of it.
I did, but then
He did say he didn't stay out of it. No, he did say a text that said he's staying out of it. He
You
absolutely
literally said you're like LOL, I'm staying out of it, which I was like, all right, yeah, no, I'm not saying one thing about
He was so staying out of it that he texted me as soon as he said I'm staying out of it. I can't believe Marco disrespects you this much. He has absolutely zero respect.
well,
for
because
you.
then I started. Well, then you told
Trying to get us so
but
gassed.
Albert told me it was missing. Albert told me it's gone. There's no trace of it.
obviously what Al said, like I read that and I really did kind of read right through it. I'm like, listen,
No, but then
know
I called him Nico.
Who, Marco?
Albert.
Oh,
I called. I'd never reached out to Marco. I called Albert, and Albert said he called and he said it's not there. So this is the information that I'm getting. Now I got mad because now I think it's not
so
just
easy
left
to get
there.
you mad.
Yeah, it's so
all you
easy, dude. The wind blows.
Al has the power,
Oh, so
literally, to
easy.
control, like snap.
I
Like,
swear to God,
like, hey, you want to see me piss?
I
off
told
Justin?
this to Justin. When Marco told me I wasn't even mad at him, I got instantly giddy. I was so excited just to tell Justin that they was gone.
Dude, you don't
like,
see
because
how it
I
was
knew it was
literally
like-
that was
I wasn't
literally
even
a
mad.
hook,
I'm like,
line, and
the
sinker.
worst part that's gonna happen.
Just like no, wait, like even like
Yeah.
dude,
I was like-
fuck the equipment. Like
Yeah.
I don't care if it doesn't come back. For
Well,
a
the
month.
thing was
this
is-
is gonna get Justin
Well,
so
he said
pissed.
to me, Marco said, I'll just Venmo you 500.
He did say that. He goes, in the worst case scenario, if I don't go down and get the stuff, I'll just
Well, he
Venmo
made
you
it
like
seem
500.
like I'm just not even going to go down and get it.
I'm like, bro, you better
And
go
I'm
down
just
and get
gonna
it. It's
Venmo you
way over
$500.
$500. Way over. And I'm starting to list the prices for him. He's
This
like,
is
oh,
what
okay.
got me aggravated.
that.
Yeah.
100%. I'll just Venmo you $500.
But if you, and then entail though, if you were to just say like, hey, it's not $500, it's X, Y, and Z, and
As
like,
soon as I started listing the stuff for him and told him how much it was, he's like, I'll definitely go down. So I knew he was going down to get it.
He's gonna go down.
And he said he already talked to Mohegan, so I was never worried about it. My whole
Yeah.
thing was like, let's just get Justin as fight up as possible.
yeah, no kidding.
Because
no kidding.
at this point, we got to
Because you know what
make
really
something
happened? You know,
out of it.
I think I can, because I can. This happened to me with my wallet literally like yesterday. You're like 30 minutes an hour into the drive. Could have turned around. You're like, fuck it. I'll figure it out. Fuck it. You're like, fucking, I ain't turning around.
What do you mean? Where'd you leave your wallet?
No, I left my wallet at my girlfriend's house. But like I just misplaced it. But I was like, fuck it. I'm probably it's 95% there.
Yeah.
Do I want to go check? No, because I know that it was in my pants somewhere. But like him, he's probably like you said, on his way trying to get to morning skate. Notices 35, maybe an hour in, like looking behind him, like,
Yeah.
oh shit,
I forgot the bag. That's probably how it worked.
And
though.
then he was like, all right, fuck it. Because his best bet was to have Mohegan Sun like mail him the equipment or something.
The point is, it's like, if you ask somebody to borrow something, I don't think that you should think it's somebody else's responsibility to bring it back to me. And maybe I'm the asshole. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I
mean, I see what you're saying. He has to borrow it, so it should be his like first. But okay. I think everybody now, we know that there's a lot of hate on Marco on this left side of this podcast.
There's no hate.
Okay, hate might not be a bad word, but like critical. I think even Nico will agree that the whole world revolves around Marco. Like Marco only thinks about Marco.
Yeah.
Like his whole entire orbit is his orbit.
It's just him. That's what
you
bothers
agree?
Marco bought me shoes for my birthday. Right? Listen to this. Marco bought me shoes
That
for
was
my
nice.
birthday. Super nice. Awesome.
Were they in his size? Because there was somebody just gifted him shoes.
He
hand-me-down gifted.
He
it to you?
said, he goes, oh, you know, what kind of shoes do you like? I was like, I like SBs, I like Dunks, I like this, I like
Yeah.
Jordans. He's like, all right. I'm like, Marco, listen, I appreciate that you're going to buy me something. I know where you are because I knew who he was working with at the time doing some stuff with. So I already knew where the shoes were coming from. Nice place. I said, Marco, please, I don't care. Show me what you're thinking about getting. I'm 30 years old. I don't need to be surprised.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'll take care of it. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm like, no, show me before you buy them.
Matter of fact, just give me a gift
And
card.
he's like, no, stop. Don't be a fucking idiot. I got it. No problem. What size are you? I'm like, all right. So listen, in the shoe game, not like this is like the greatest deal in the world, but this is Marco just like think again.
Tell me he got you
Marco.
pandas.
No, thank God.
Okay.
It was SBs go low, mid, and high.
Correct.
Yeah.
No one wears fucking mids. No one wears mids.
It's either high or
Low
low.
or high.
Yeah. He got you mids.
I literally said to Marco, I said, what the fuck kind of shoe did you get? And he goes, I got you an SB. I go, let me see a picture of it. And he's like, no, why don't you want it to be a surprise? I said, dude, show me a picture of it. Because I'm telling you right now, if it's a mid, I'm burning that box in front of you. Because you didn't want to listen to me. He's like, here's the picture of the shoe. And I look at it and I'm like, now you tell me, fucking retard. I'm like, is that a mid or a low or a high shoe? And he's looking, he's like, it's a fucking mid. I'm like, yeah, it is.
So then does he
Fucking
say you're
piece of
you're
shit.
ungrateful?
Yes, probably. He probably called you ungrateful.
No. He admitted it. He admitted fault, which was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's actually a shock.
He said that's on me. I should have just showed you. I said, Marco, there's a reason why I asked. I appreciate it. I don't ever like to be like that though about a gift, you know. But like I'll help you out. Like if you're there, like, hey man, like don't do X, don't do this and don't do that, but do this. And lo and behold, Marco goes on. Marco is like on this, like the street isn't even like a 2-lane one-way street. It's just a 1-lane bike path street. And it's just Mark Lewis.
All right. So while we're on the topic, of something that we do on this podcast pretty regularly, I figured we'd play a little game.
Playing a game.
We're going to play a little game.
It's time to play the
We're going to go from 5, though. We're going to go from 5 to 10. And it's going to be the most mad Marco blind ranking. And this is things that it would, from 1 to 10, you think would make you the most mad.
So you're saying that who's doing this? Is this going to be Nico, me?
It could be all of us. We can all chime
So you're going to give us a list of 10 things that he's done or that he might do?
I think that he's done.
So he's already
These are
done
all
these.
factual things that have
So
happened.
which ones of these are we the most right to be mad about?
Yes, from 1 to 10.
Okay. You explained that so perfectly when you introduced that.
Well, it's the things that have made you the most mad.
I was very,
Marco
very
blind ranking.
confused. Okay.
I don't think you were that confused.
So the
It's in
one-
the title.
So when that clip came out last week that said add it to the list, you took that serious.
I took it and I ran with it.
Okay. So now we get a list. Okay.
So now I'm giving you a list. He said add it to the list. I did.
Okay.
Is this fair enough, Nico, or are you going to get aggravated?
Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
It's
I already hate this game. Change the name of this podcast so that we talk about Marco.
Well, yeah, I mean,
well, I mean, it is relevant because he left the podcast equipment.
Go ahead with this game.
All right, let's start. Coming into La Familia 3 times a week to order a misto. 1 through 10.
he's done that?
Oh yeah, this was before, not since I worked there. He came in like for like a month straight, 3 times a week, ordered a misto.
The miso's the most expensive meal on the menu. Is that what you're saying? I'd put that at 10. I mean, out of all things, like I'm thinking there's going to be some real.
Guys, there's 10 things on here.
One's the most.
1 is the most, 10's the least.
All right, that's 9 for me.
9? All right.
You're leaving the 10 open. I probably should have done that. Keep it at the bottom, but leave the 10 open.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
All right. Stealing fantasy football money for the league that he ran. He ran a fantasy football league, never paid anybody out.
Well, hold on. That's you. Let's not put that on. It took a while for him to pay him out. I got my money.
What is a while?
Couple months.
It did everybody else.
I don't know. I can't.
When you
attest
say
everybody
got
else.
your money, is it money back or the winnings?
The winnings.
You
He got
won that.
he got the winnings. Yep. We went first and second place. We definitely got our first place money. I don't know, but I cannot attest to second place. I'm going to put that at 9. I'll put it at 9
9's already
because I got the
filled.
money. If I didn't get the money, that would have been a lot
9's
higher.
already filled.
Oh, me and Al collaboratively?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all right.
okay.
'cause it's 10
all right,
things.
all right.
You guys can
Oh,
collaborate.
okay.
It's fine. You can
8.
collaborate.
All right, 8.
8. So we got 9. We left 10 open.
Stealing
Put
the
it
fantasy.
8.
Yep.
Fantasy
Okay.
football.
Yeah, because there was no. I think that people. I bet you whoever was in second place didn't get the money at the time.
Yeah.
But I got the money, so that's all that matters. If he handled the family first, so that's good.
Okay.
Always.
We got those,
Always.
We got those out of the way. When he moved from Rhode Island, he has to stay at my house. Okay.
Okay.
He comes over my house. He sets up a whole video game station in my living room on my thing.
Okay.
We go out, get Kelly's roast beef. He starts eating the Kelly's roast beef.
All right. I remember this.
He uses my couch as his napkin
3.
while he's eating.
That's a top 5.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, because like that's just like straight up fucking ridiculous. Like
That's-
that would
Can we put that at 5?
5. Sure.
Let's put it at 5.
Put it
We'll put it in
5
the
because I'm
middle.
sure
So
that there's
5,
other things,
we're gonna
but
say couch napkin.
it just skeeves me out to get a napkin. Like it's that's
Could you just think he was probably eating like cheese fries and
yeah,
shit?
100%.
He was definitely eating cheese fries.
I know.
No, I know for
And a
I know
roast
for a
beef.
fact.
Yeah, and a roast beef, yeah.
And he used my couch as the napkin.
Yeah,
while
that's
there were
not-
napkins right in front.
That's not. Yeah,
And
that's-
you didn't have a leather couch.
I did not. I had a
You had-
cloth couch.
Yeah. So that's stained.
Number 5.
So that smells like cheese fries.
It still does, probably somewhere in the ether.
You actually still get
Bacon.
straight cheese off.
All right. Being on the podcast and never promoting it.
Ooh, I mean, I think if you're gonna, that sucks because you two don't put out this podcast whatsoever. But at least like you will hit collab every once in a while. I think I want to put that at 3.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could put it in the top 5 one. To me, it never really bothered me as much. Like, I just kind of understood that. I think he just really, like, the podcast to him wasn't something that he wanted to take like that, what he's doing with his podcast, which is like just one-on-one. I think they just wanted to come and have some fun. I think we put a lot of stock into Marco kind of backpacking the podcast as far as he had the largest following. I'll take it. If you want to
go
put it
6?
3,
You
I
wanna be 6?
want to put it probably somewhere at like 6 because there is some things that like you are a social media cat. We are your family. Like you definitely could collab on some stuff. That's all.
Well, he
You didn't have to-
refuses to make videos with you.
Yeah. That's like, yeah. No.
So 6? I'm gonna
6.
say
You
no
can put that.
I think he's a lone wolf. I think he's a lone wolf.
He is
And that's
a lone-
why
he
we
is
just
a
didn't
lone
know that at the
wolf.
time.
I get it. Absolutely.
He's a lone wolf.
we didn't
And that's what's
understand
made
that
him
at the time.
successful, to be
Yeah.
honest. He hasn't had to, do much for anyone else. But yeah, between 6 and 4th, yeah. What do we get? 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, though, like you still could.
All right. Stealing and selling our video games.
At what age?
You'll
But
probably
he's probably
like-
like 12 or 13.
he was probably 13 or 14.
How did he get?
They might have did it together.
Might have been a Ponzi scheme.
They might have been.
I
they
think
might
this
have
was
been
at the
both
time
in
where it
on
was a 3-1. You trade in 3, you get a new game.
So that would come and sit on the edge of the bed when we were still sleeping.
That was Marco.
Marco.
That was Mark.
I'm not fucking weird.
That could have been.
I'm not- I am
actually
weird.
could have been on the.
I'm weird, not that weird. Like I'm a different kind of weird.
at 6 a.m.
I'm like
I think
I'm-
their excuse for the
I'm
video
like,
games
wake
was like,
up- I'm
you guys
wake
don't
up
play
3 in the morning. Somebody
let's
wakes
hear
up,
his
walks out here like half awake, and I'm just eating like all the red gummies. Like that's what I would do.
Yeah,
That's-
you would sneak eat. That's why we called you sneaky Nick.
That's where it came from.
Nico would wait till everyone fell asleep to just house everything in the house. Eat it all.
Well, he was always high too, and then he
No,
would and he'd
without a
act
doubt,
like he
I
wasn't
would
high.
always. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was.
Yeah,
I
you were
thought I
having
was.
you were actually having the time of your life.
I thought I was the man. Well, you remember I used to be up. I used to be up super late with you when you would come home from work
This is true.
and playing it. All right, so back to Marco. All right, stealing video games
And selling them.
them.
He would do the 3 from when I say stealing and selling, he would take them from the house and then he would go and trade them in
For a brand
All right, so
for
what
like
do
a
we,
different game.
underneath 5?
That he
What do
would
we
keep
have?
for himself.
Underneath 5, what do we have available? Because I don't think this is a top 5.
You have 7 and 10 available.
We have 7 and 10 available. I mean,
Yes.
we could potentially put this at 7 or 10 now. This is definitely a 7 or a 10 for me. Just
Let's
as far
go
as
7 because it is stealing.
It is not yours, so we'll put it
Yeah.
at 7. That's why. I just don't think it's. The top
I think
5.
we have to fill this 10. If there's something that's half bad, because we're
gotta
going to end up
start.
putting something that's real bad.
At 10, yeah.
Not talking to Al for 4 years.
10. Put this one at
10.
Yeah, put this one at 10. I mean, I didn't do shit, but that's fine. He was a little bit sensitive at the time. That's fine. I feel like Justin's on the verge of not talking to me for a few years too. So that's why I got the bad guy outfit
thing-
on, just in case you didn't
the thing-
realize.
Ah,
I got the bad guy.
That's the whole thing.
I'm
That's the
bad guy,
Ramon.
Yeah. And I feel like I look like a tycoon a little bit right now, maybe a Cuban tycoon.
Bro,
Just for the people that are fucking
shirt is fucking unbelievable.
Roosevelt's.
The shirt's great.
Roosevelt.
Shout out to
Roosevelt's.
Roosevelt's. They
I took
crush
a
it.
Roosevelt shirt on vacation and I got complimented on it. Shout out Roosevelt's.
All right. The cop video.
Fuck. That should have been 10.
You got
Fuck,
1
that-
through
that
4
should've been
left. I
fucking
saved
10.
it because I knew it.
Fuck.
You got 1 through 4 left.
I forgot how stupid that was. You got to put it at 4.
Yep.
That's going at 4.
Yep. Yeah, well,
Top
now
video's going to 4.
we're suffering. Yeah, our top
Yeah.
5's gonna suffer because you
It's
wait.
going to suck.
I know, but we also didn't get things that like really like there's something on this list that like I blatantly like this. It's 1-1 for me.
All right, after you're going to have to say
Yeah,
that is,
100%. If he doesn't bring it up by now,
And I have 3 questions left. This might be it because I left 3 kind of heavy hitters on here. Having us cut 45 minutes of the podcast and not holding up his end of the bargain.
He still hasn't held that up. You're right.
we have top 3 available, right?
Top 3.
3.
That's going in 3.
We got to put it. At
Yeah.
3. You have to just think about it. Like
I know we're saving 1-1. What would you? I wish I
I
knew
already
we
know
had
what my 1-1 would be.
Okay.
That's probably, it might be an honorable mention because I don't know if it's on this list. So feel free
if
to
it's
throw
not
some-
on this list. That's fucking nuts.
feel free to have some honorable mentions. We're going to go, this could be recency bias, but we're in the 1 and 2 spot left. Leaving the podcast equipment in a different state.
I feel like this should be way lower down the list.
That would have been 10. We should have, 10. What was 10?
You put not talking to Al.
So we should have switched not talking to Al with 4. We fucked up. Anyhow, this is
That's number 2.
this is number 2.
That's number 2. I mean, there
That's how
was
you get
really
fucked.
no harm, no
That's
foul.
how you get fucked. Yeah, I mean, because look what we're doing right. This would be 10, essentially.
Even though he did take like forever to bring
So
it back.
this is your ipso facto number 1. And it's going to go back to when we went to see the movie. What movie did we see? Boston Strangler.
Oh,
On the way to the movie, this is probably one of the first times Sabrina met anybody. in the
Okay,
family.
this is what it is.
okay.
What it is.
We're on the way to the movies. He was on the phone the entire time, right?
Talking about
Talking about wanting to be on a billboard. I just want a billboard. Get me a billboard. He said billboard 20 times. It was like the word of the day. So
He was
I
excited.
run to the bathroom. I'm not even present at this time. I come out of the bathroom. Al goes, now, you know how Al is, so I think this is a lie and a joke. I come out of the bathroom and goes, you're never going to believe what Marco just asked Sabrina. The first sentence out of his mouth to her ever in the history of ever was, what was it, Al?
what is Justin like in bed?
What is Justin like in bed? Does he have sex with you like an earthworm or something like
Yeah.
that?
He goes, I bet you he fucks like an earthworm or something like that,
So that is your
which is funny.
ipso facto number 1 question.
That's
So that's number one. I feel like Nico wishes he had something else that was on the list. What would your 1-1 be?
the fact that he is like does not give a fuck. He literally runs late. Like I fucking can't stand that.
I mean,
he's not.
So your time is not valuable.
My 1-1 is Marco's time management. I don't know how that was left off. Marco's
Yeah,
late
I-
for every
I
single
actually-
thing
dude.
in the world. Like
Honorable mention.
everything. Marco is late for everything. I don't give a fuck what it is.
I'm sure my wife will disagree with this, but I've worked hard on trying not to lose my shit for a long time. him leaving me on a tee at a golf course, that I swear to God, I'm gonna kneecap him.
Oh, leaving that one.
I'm like, we got a tee time at 9:20, dude. You better fucking be there and be taking some swings by like 9:15.
It's
Like you should
ridiculous.
be on the tee box at
Well,
9:15.
I will say, fuck you.
That's what's
That's
gonna
your
happen.
karma for having me show up at your house at 6:30 in the morning.
When did that happen?
When we did the scramble and I showed up in jeans.
Yeah, but who goes to a jean thing?
That
Who goes-
no. Do not put this on me. You said show up at my house. Maybe I was disoriented because I was up so early. You ever think of that?
I mean, Justin, you have GPS.
You told me to be at your house at 6:30 in the morning.
The best part is I've gotten both you guys like that. And
Yeah.
you guys are just so dumb, dude. I'm like, I don't know. I'll probably leave the house at 6:30. You're like, oh, okay, I'll meet at your
You
house.
golf all the time. I don't.
Bro.
6:30 ain't even bad, dude. Listen to this story.
Listen to this. We're golfing at just tell
Shaker
me.
Hills in Harvard, Mass.
Harvard, Mass. Does anyone know what Harvard, Mass is? No. Anyhow, I look it up. I'm like, all right, that's a little bit of a ride. Justin, I left Al said he was leaving. You said you were leaving your house at like
3:30.
3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I left my house, Justin. I didn't sleep the night before.
Yeah.
I left my house at 3 in the morning
Yeah.
and just drove to the golf course.
No.
Sat in the parking lot and I nodded off in the front seat. But guess what?
That's kind of crazy.
It was ridiculous.
He got there at like 3:30 in the morning.
No, 5 in the morning. Our tea time wasn't until like 7.
I think it was 5:50.
But that's kind of
6
crazy.
o'clock?
You did that to yourself. He did that to me.
No, I said that I'm leaving at 6:30 and then you just showed up and you were there. That's how it worked out.
Yeah, I was coming. with you.
Anyways, who shows up to a fuck? Thank God I told you that early because you came in fucking jeans.
Yeah, now
and
I had to
purple.
go-
You a long sleeve purple
Bad brain.
with no collar.
Yeah, I didn't know. You act like I golf all the time.
I mean, come on, dude. Like,
You act
Be
like
a little
golf
aware.
You act
Thank
like
God I
golf-
said that
golf
early.
constantly.
Wait,
we're gonna inlay the picture of him how he showed up to go golfing in a charity scramble. I forget it was for someone dying of cancer.
Oh,
wasn't
the
it?
one that we did that was fun.
With our boy Jay.
Well, the
Butts.
way you guys described the scramble was like it's just goofing around. First of all, we pull up this charity cancer scramble and we're sitting in the golf cart and everyone's getting ready to go golfing and Al's playing on the speakers. All you ladies pop your pussy like this.
My neck, my back. That was embarrassed. I was embarrassed, and we couldn't go anywhere, and it was super loud.
So loud.
like, then,
so
like-
don't give me the whole charity
No, but then-
scramble
Hey, at least
thing.
I looked like a golfer.
Don't
Listen.
give me the whole charity scramble thing.
There was probably a ton of people that like.
I set we set the tone. We set
that
the tone.
was so unnecessarily like to get. I was upset about. I was like not upset. I was embarrassed. I was just like, oh my god, like we're playing the song right now. It's like felt like we were in church because they were like moment of silence for like so and so.
For this cancer guy.
Then after it
And
was
then
over,
Justin,
it's
do you
just
remember when
like,
Justin looked at your buddy Mark and was like, I wish I could pop your sister's pussy? You don't remember when he said
I don't
that?
know if I ever said that.
You don't
we
remember
might have
that?
mentioned it on the round like
Yeah.
a couple times.
I don't think I've ever. Was he there when I said it?
Yeah, I mean,
You're like, I don't want to pop your sister's balls.
I don't think I ever said that, to be honest.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
crazy.
I don't care what
That sounds
Sabrina.
nothing like anything I would say. Do you have any more honorable mentions before we move on? I have always.
I think there's some stuff that we
leaving
can't
Al on
mention,
the team.
so we're not going to mention
there are
any of
some
that.
things you can't mention. So, Nico, you wanted a list. I gave you a list.
yeah, I can't believe his time got left off there.
I think it's because it's just like it's not like one big thing. It like didn't happen at a big time. It just.
That's something that's constant that we've grown to accept.
I think the funniest
Oh,
thing.
I can't accept it. I can't accept it.
No, I
can't
agree.
accept it. I'm
Well,
sorry.
here's the thing: is you just got to tell him an hour before.
That's what I've been doing.
That's what I
That's all. That's
I
all
cut
you
it
felt.
close last time. I told him 15 minutes before for the tea time.
and I got mad.
And he was like, "Why wouldn't you tell him 45 minutes?" And he was right.
Mad at you. I was like, dude, that's. You
And
can't
guess
do
what?
that.
What happened? The starter came up as like, "Where's your fourth?"
And who was our fourth? Marco. It's so embarrassing.
It really is.
Like, it's not like I was like, oh, it's my son. He's in the bathroom, whatever. It's like it's a grown fucking man.
I agree.
I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. That's 1-1. That'll always be 1-1 for me. I just find it so
The
inconsiderate.
funniest thing that he's ever done though is definitely the time when he walked into the wedding party He walked into the wedding party when we were all in a wedding party.
Oh, yeah,
He walked
that's
up with all the
funny.
groomsmen at a wedding that he wasn't even in. And he was just like, I just saw all the guys.
Not
walking
even
together.
like dressed the same.
Yeah, they wasn't even dressed the same. He just walked in with us and we were like, and I had to like lean over and be like, dude, get out of here. Like, what are you doing?
He probably like, he was like, what do you mean get out of here?
Yeah, he just like
He
was
just thought
completely
you were being
lost.
a dickhead.
He was just
Like,
all
that's
in
probably
matching
what
clothes.
caused him not to talk to you.
I think it did happen.
That
right after
caused that caused number 10.
Yeah.
That is fucking, bro. That's funny. That's priceless.
That's what I'm saying. Like that didn't get me mad. Like
Well,
I
that's
still laugh
something
about
like
that.
you can't even make that up.
I've never even seen anyone do that. I've never seen anybody.
You can't
do
even
that.
make that up.
Not at all. It's just,
So yeah, that's that was the most mad Mako blind rank. I liked it.
it wasn't bad.
I'm sure that was the best 10 minutes of your life right there.
It felt good to
Yeah.
get it off my chest.
Whatever helps.
But in the
Whatever
grand
helps.
scheme of things, him leaving the stuff.
It's just it might be recency bias.
Do you think we should let him borrow the stuff anymore?
Personally, I wouldn't. That's just a me thing. Or he can put a deposit.
Everything's back. Everything's back.
Wait, he did miss one of these. There is a pop screen missing on one of the mics, but I didn't make a big deal.
I think that
I didn't make a big deal about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Nico. It's like me asking me to borrow my car, and monetary value doesn't matter here because I know cars are more expensive. But that's like you leaving the car wherever it was and taking an Uber back, and then being like, "I'll just Venmo."
I
you.
guess.
I think that's what bothered me was the "I'll just Venmo you 500," meaning like he didn't care enough to even want to go back and get it until
Well,
Al
his time
told
is
him,
money.
until Al told him how much it actually cost, and he didn't want to pay that amount. Because if it was a reasonable number, you're telling me wholeheartedly he wouldn't have just Venmoed Al and said, "Fuck your equipment."
I think, yeah, if it was $500, he would have definitely gave me the 500.
So do you think that now, just a follow-up question before you answer, Nico, because I do want an answer from you.
yeah.
Do you think that warrants to be able to borrow it again?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. It's
True.
at the end of the day, it's not like he meant to purposely do it. So, and then obviously it's all back besides like one screening for like a mic. So me personally, that's not something that like it's going to really bother me. Now, again, like if this was like a friend of yours,
Yeah.
I would probably, I probably wouldn't. But since it's like someone close,
Yeah.
I would. Because at the end of the day, if you
Let me ask you one more question.
If you did it to me, Justin, let's just say if you did it to me, like I wouldn't like hold that over you or against you.
No, I'm not saying holding it against him, but holding something against him, getting mad at him, or not letting him use it again is two different things that we're talking about here. Let me ask you one follow-up question, then I'll stop. If you paid for all the equipment, let's say you spent $3,000 on all the equipment, you personally, do you not care because Al paid? Like it wasn't your specific money that you spent. Let me just put a different perspective bow around it.
The fact that someone else spent money on it and I
It's like,
forgot
do you
it.
care a little less? No, I'm saying, do you care a little less because it wasn't your money?
No, not at the end of the. I mean, are you talking about this equipment in general? Is that what you're saying? Like
Yes.
for me? Oh no, I mean,
And if
at the
you
end of the
paid
day,
for
I'm-
you paid for it all and it was your money, he did it to you, you'd still be fine lending it out to him.
I have a follow-up question.
I would just say all I would say is like, hey, I would make a joke like, hey, how about we not fucking forget it in the hotel room? Or, you know, whatever. If you're talking to him throughout that and you know he's coming home a certain day, I know it seems like crazy for me personally, like, but I like just like double checking on things like, hey man, you got the equipment this time?
Yeah.
But now you got to be a haunt. It's like, who wants that extra responsibility?
I mean,
My
again,
question is-
it's a little bit different for me, like I said, because you know you're so close. I mean, you're practically almost like brothers, right?
Totally.
But if it was like, if Al lended the equipment to say a friend of mine, and then this all happened, I just think it'd be automatically like, yeah, no, he's probably. I don't really feel like lending the equipment to him
think
again.
if a complete stranger or somebody that I lent into my house used my couch as a napkin, that I wouldn't have fucking dragged them out of my house by the neck. But because it's Mako, I just said, dude, what are you, an idiot? And then I moved on from it.
That's
Do you,
I think that's how you
so-
do things.
So I
don't think you've moved on from that.
I can. I don't. It's not something I think about. It's just because I put it on the list. But
think about that.
But the point is, I'm trying to make is that if it was like just a random like person or like a buddy that is not as close as Mako is to me, that I would have dragged them out of their house by their fucking neck. But all I'm doing is hammering your point away. So what I'm trying to say is I'm agreeing with your.
Do you think you would have been less mad if it was someone other than Marco? Like if it was like Nick Ferrulo or something?
No, I think I would have been just.
I feel like
in general.
I don't know. I feel like
I would have said the same thing.
if it was anybody else that
No,
wasn't
because
coming, I wouldn't have got as excited.
Here's
to
the
tell
thing.
you.
Here's the thing: is it didn't surprise me. That's why, like, I could say no. I wouldn't be less mad wholeheartedly because it does. It just doesn't surprise me.
So you knew this.
It's an expected thing because Marco only cares about Marco,
okay.
and it's something you both just said. So it's not something I'm making up.
Do you feel like we should change the names of our podcast? Like our podcast should be called Shut
No,
Up Mark,
I think that.
and his should be called Bad Brain.
Yeah, probably.
Because of how much we
should,
talk about?
we should flip flop. Well,
We should pitch that
It
to
is
him.
a recency bias because last episode we all went in and then he forgets the podcast. When we almost didn't be able to have this podcast. That's a possibility.
Do you feel like that
So it's a
made your
recency thing.
argument more valid?
It cemented it.
That yes, I knew it. I knew you thought that. I knew it. He's just like you got
It's
it.
messy.
Somewhat deep down. You were like, yeah. I hope he never brings this equipment back.
Yeah, I did absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Is that why you wore the Taco Lewis shirt?
It is.
Yeah.
It is actually exactly.
I wore it the other day, too.
It is exactly why I wore it.
People are like, why are you wearing a taco? What? Taco Lewis.
It's an inside joke hoodie. So if you don't know, now you know. But yeah, how was everybody else's week in general?
My week was great.
My week was. How was my week? I
Still with
forget.
the broad?
Yeah.
We saw you at the thing with the girl. You went to the Bruins.
Yeah, we went to the Bruins game. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
does she know
that's
about the
right.
podcast?
Oh my god.
Does she know
Holy
about the
shit.
podcast?
Yes. Yeah. She knows
Okay.
about the podcast. We had to talk. We had to talk on Tuesday.
When you told her, did she say, yeah, I know. I'm not an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah, she knew. Of course she did.
How could she not if she follows you on social media? It
Yeah.
makes no
She was.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah. She was
And
like.
your buddy, first of all, dropped the podcast like 20 times while she's
Yeah,
right there.
I know.
I don't know if you picked
no,
up
the
on it.
girlfriend did. It's like, oh, they on the podcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but she was.
And then
Gabby,
even
they were
he was
both-
like,
They were all
even
lit
he
up.
They were
said
both
something.
lit up, yeah.
Even he said something about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Meanwhile, Nico's giving us this face is a perfect face because we mentioned the podcast and he's giving us this face.
A lot of people are, of course, celebrating over it.
Yeah.
Like-
Just opening his eyes.
Yeah, like if
Show the camera.
show
Yeah,
the camera.
because-
he's giving us this face when we
Because
mentioned something.
I didn't
about
want to
it.
have the conversation right there in La Familia, like break the ice there. Like, no, like we just talked about, like, hold on.
You're gonna think how hard he was opening his eyes because Nico's eyes are always closed. He always looks high. That his eyes were open bigger than that.
Bigger than that. Like, can you just give us a rundown how this conversation went? Like, were you sitting at home? Were you driving in the car?
like real over the top. Like, hey, I like making content. Like, as a form of that, like, since I don't make videos anymore, me and my cousins have a podcast. And she was like, oh, that's cool. What's it about?
I don't think she would be mad.
No, she's dude,
Honestly,
she's super cool.
when we met her, we liked her, and I even text you that
yeah.
privately after. But her personality seems to fit in well. Like she would understands the breaking balls barrier.
She breaks balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
She breaks balls. And
Which is
then,
a good thing. That's what you want with somebody in a relationship.
Yeah. She
More than Justin.
She,
The last few weeks, he's been very sensitive.
she's,
Super sensitive.
she's cool, man. She gets it. Like she just, how do you explain it? It's like, I don't know. It's really like nothing that was even like that crazy. She's like, oh, you like to do that? Like that's something.
So you got yourself
Is she
a
gonna
little
listen
worked
to the
up.
podcast?
Huh? I don't know if she probably.
I really hope she does.
You
because
got
we can't do
yourself-
sex jokes.
Would you say
That's
you
the
got
case.
yourself a little worked up for nothing?
over that.
Well, I mean, you were afraid to tell her.
But that was like in a joking way. The reason is like, dude, people listen. We sometimes, because we all talk.
You've shot yourself in the foot
Because we
before.
all talk. Yes, I've also like this isn't the first time I've gone backlash for it. This, so
I get it.
I'm like, all right, man. Listen, do I really want to like take it? And be like, hey, This is my podcast. Check it out.
Yeah, I
and
get
it's
it.
Al like, if your fucking grandmother's dead, leave her in a fucking ditch. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, like you shouldn't. You're a loser
comes from,
if you
like,
wish
her-
your kid a happy birthday. on
right.
it.
If her,
Well, I think if you wish your nephew a happy birthday that they can't see it, that's my point.
Yeah, but if you listen, having nephews, I'm under the assumption that first of all these parents give their kids their phone, A, and B, it's just another form of communication. No different from a text message.
he goes, no. He
It's
goes,
just
no.
another form.
What
It
about,
is.
how are you going to say about the heavenly birthday? What you think's on that?
I think it's a little weird, but I've done it.
Well,
I know you have. It gets
But
me
I don't
back to-
say heavenly birthday.
Okay, that's
weird.
fine.
I just say happy birthday, miss you.
I mean, happy
And then
birthday
on
to
my
that person.
story, I'll put it.
I
up.
see a miss you thing's fine. I'm just saying, like,
You're not really getting a
if you
post out of it.
don't
from
tell me to wish this random kid happy birthday. It's fucking weird. That's what they say. That's what gets me
So
more
like
mad.
my dead mother's rolled around and I post a fucking
Okay.
story and say miss you.
Go
Happy
back because-
HBD.
Yeah, that's not as bad.
Yeah.
Put up the picture that said, "Don't tell me to wish a heavenly. Join me in wishing my father
Well,
a
that's
happy heavenly
weird.
birthday." Go look at Renee Graziano's post. She posted it the other day. I was gonna put it up and be like, "Wow, what a fucking loser!" But I didn't want to like Marco to be like, "Why are you doing this?" type thing. I just
after
didn't
you
even
just
want
had,
that.
I mean, after you just had it on.
I just didn't even want it. So,
But I mean, you haven't really suffered a direct loss like that.
That's untrue.
So it's your grandmother and your dog don't count. I'm talking, and your wife's grandparents don't count. I'm talking about a direct.
I hope one of my parents die in the next week. I can guarantee I will never put up a happy heavenly birthday. It doesn't matter.
You don't have to say heavenly. Take the heavenly out of it.
But you wouldn't listen to my rant.
No. I get your rant. 100%.
You're trying to.
I'm saying if you
listen to my rant.
Do you guys? Okay,
you
so
want to
here's-
listen to my rant.
Yeah.
I get your rant.
No, you're bringing up the rant. So now I'm saying you
all
clearly
I'm
didn't
say-
listen to
I'm
it.
saying is these are people that have experienced a tremendous loss, and that's how people grieve. I get that you're making a joke and
Losing a
doing all-
dog's worse than losing a parent.
Sure,
You know what? Because they're 100% good.
Sure it is.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do wrong with it. Like the dog can't do anything wrong.
And
to you.
here's the thing: when you have a parent that's good and bad, that shapes who you are as a person. A dog's not going to do that. Something that's all
don't
good
know.
all the time doesn't shape who you are as a person.
I think it's clear that I've suffered more loss than you with this dog than your two parents, Justin. That's number one. Number two is I'm not saying you can't post it. I'm saying no one gives a fuck and stop asking me to do something.
Well, yeah,
They
that's
can't
weird.
see it, number one.
That's weird to do that. Like if you would when I do it, I'm not saying, hey, everybody, please wish my mom a happy birthday. It's my own thing where I'll post a picture of me and her on my story and say, miss you, HBD.
I care
And
more
that's
about the
it.
heavenly birthday. though.
I can see that.
So I'm going to go back on all your posts.
It's
I'm going to go
bothering
on
you a
every
little.
single.
I'll prove it to you. I don't say
I'm gonna look
happy-
back now.
Happy
I'm gonna look
heavenly.
back.
I don't
I'm gonna look back.
I don't
I'm gonna look
believe
back
I
on
will.
them all.
Back now.
I
You
could
don't
be.
put posts up for them. You do stories.
I'm
more
a
than
big
anything.
story guy.
But yeah, it's clear to me like a dog's worse than losing a parent.
It's
Yeah, I don't believe I've
it's
done
tough
a
for me.
happy
It's tough for
heavenly
me to
birthday.
see like kids with like months. Like, hey, my kid's happy 6 months. Like, dude,
Yeah, but you've also never been a parent and you've never seen your child grow. When you get there, you'll understand.
I know, but does it really have to be every month?
I've got fucking 25 nieces and nephews. I've got a kid myself. I would never put up and be like, if you see this dude out, please wish him a happy birthday.
that's
Jerk his
weird.
fucking dick off too while you're at
Yeah,
it.
I don't even think I have one. Oh, here's my dad.
Jerk his fucking dick.
Okay, this is the first one I can find. This was on March 28th, 2022. I said, end of March is never fun for me. And it's my grandmother and my father. I said, I miss you both very much. I know, if I know anything for sure is that you would both be proud of the man I became. I don't think that's, hey guys.
Is
if
that
you see-
valid?
No, that's not as bad. But in my head, like you want me to give you my answer? Do you think your mother's up there being like, oh, Justy put up a post for us, Carmen?
No, this was my father and my
You should
grandmother.
see- you
My
should
father and my grandmother. My mother wasn't dead yet.
Oh, yeah, okay. Look, Jesse put up a post for us.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. That's not like, it's a me thing. It's saying,
I get it. You get
another
more
one for my grandmother, December 1st, 2022, a picture of me and her. And I just said, I miss you.
That's what I said. This is what I said to do. Put up a picture and say,
That's
I miss
what I
you.
do.
Yeah. So, but why are you taking it like it's against you?
I'm not. I said, I understand what
He makes everything about himself. That's all he does.
I couldn't breathe.
All I said was the happy
Another
heavenly
one of my
shit.
father. Happy birthday, Miss Big Guy. Miss you making me laugh.
Yep.
Miss you stealing those video
I
games.
think there's nothing wrong with doing that.
That's what.
Make it a personal thing for you. I'm agreeing with you. Don't there was somebody's
I'm glad
nephew,
you're agreeing to me with
somebody's nephew or it was something like that. Make sure if you see little Timmy in the
what I'm saying.
public today, first
Like,
of
come
all,
up
if
to my
you're a
son and wish
stranger,
happy
don't come up to
birthday,
my son.
because I'll shoot you in your fucking neck.
Hey, if you're a stranger, don't come up and touch my son.
I love Narcos.
Like, hey, if I'm in the middle of Target with me and my fiance and you think my kid's cute, don't come up and pinch his cheeks.
I really do want to find one of the people, like one of these I'm talking like one of these hookers you used to you follow that from around the city. And they say it about their fucking kid. I really just want to follow that kid around all day. Like I want to find this kid and just make it my mission. Wish
Happy
him
birthday. Just popping
Just
out.
everywhere, dude.
Happy birthday.
What are you and then
That
when
would
the
be a
cops come and be
funny
like,
skit.
what's wrong with you?
Listen,
Like,
we should
look at-
use that as a skit for
I follow his ad,
Santino.
dude.
You follow him around all the time, and then I tuck him in at bed at night, and then you pop up from behind the crib. Happy birthday.
Yeah, just keep doing it.
that would be funny skit right there, but
Funny
that will
skit,
never
yeah.
follow through on.
Of course. Why would we?
No.
Listen, the point is I'm right. That's all. And he agreed with
What
me
else
after
is
that. He wants to bring it up and then he agrees with me.
I can't bring up talking points. This is a fucking podcast.
Yeah, we need something else. I can't believe the Patriots won again. Fucking, this is kind of
They're getting over 4. That's for sure.
This is fucking nuts. There's a lot of bad fucking.
I
teams in
can't
the league.
believe it because they played atrocious teams that you thought weren't going to beat them.
That's also true, Justin. They beat 2 fucking dog shit ass organizations. The Bears looked like they were trending in the
The
right
only
position.
upset that they've had is the Bengals.
That was
And they played a Jamar Chase.
They
that
probably
didn't
should have
practice.
beat Miami the first time. If they had made, they probably would have.
They had
probably
control
could
of
have beat
Seattle.
Tennessee. They probably should have won, and they should have beat Houston with that 2-point conversion.
Seattle.
Seattle too. So they could legitimately have 7 wins right now.
I give it. I would say in the conversation 5. Being realistic, 5.
But they should not be a playoff team.
Yeah, but no,
Absolutely
no.
But who should be?
No.
Jets suck. Miami suck.
Yeah, absolutely
The
not.
AFC sucks.
Yeah.
You could battle with.
But you
definitely
could
need a
say
little
you could
bit
make
more
an
to
argument
laugh.
for Miami that dealt with a
Hey, you know what's
ton of
crazy?
injuries.
You know what's crazy? That we haven't played Buffalo yet this year
Not yet. No, they're gonna stomp a mud hole in us.
because you're a Buffalo Bills diehard.
Nico,
I'm a Josh Allen diehard. I'm not a Buffalo Bills diehard.
Well, okay, so you're like CeeDee Lamb with me.
Yeah.
I don't want CeeDee Lamb on the Cowboys anymore.
as the resident,
Me neither.
I would say that you probably gamble the most on
I'd
the
love to
podcast
see him on.
since I've been in
Oh.
retirement.
Oh my God, I'm so happy you brought that up. I'm so happy you brought
Oh,
that
why?
up.
Because the UFC bet.
If you could just tell the nice story of our
Nico came in.
engagement on
Nico came in
Saturday.
for lunch. Listen,
Yep.
I will be the first to put my hand up to say I do not. I love UFC. I have no time to watch it. I don't know anything about any of the fighters that are relevant right now.
But I come in if I'm working doubles. Justin
I
knows
thought-
I come by the restaurant for a cheeseburger.
He comes in for a cheeseburger, no problem. Sits down. First of all, I'm so aggravated about the cheeseburger situation, not on your end. We can get into that too.
We changed the cheeseburger?
No. We'll get into it. Nico comes in, sits down, goes, I want a cheeseburger for here, cheeseburger to go. I go to the computer. I ring in cheeseburger for here. And then I ring in a second cheeseburger to go. So now there's 2 cheeseburgers on the ticket, and they can make 2 separate. So Nico's sitting down. He's waiting for his food. I go up to him. I sit down. I'm like, hey, I put a UFC bet in. My buddy Joe back there helped me out on this ticket because I'm not really big into UFC. He's like, what are you doing? This is like all massive underdogs. He then makes me cash it out and puts in a different bet. So I said, okay. but you're going to have to put the same bet in. If you're going to put this in, we're going to ride this together. So now all of a sudden he's sitting there waiting. The cheeseburger to go comes up. I'm like, where's the cheeseburger for here? I go downstairs. We only made one. I go, why? I gave you 2 separate tickets. Why would you make one cheeseburger? That makes no sense. Well, why didn't you put it on the same ticket? Because it would have confused you with the 2 and then the what. That's why I just sent you 2 fucking separate.
You confused them.
Yeah, okay, I confused them.
Should have put it on one ticket. You trying to slip them to death?
No, I wanted them to make 2 separate things. Listen, no matter what I did, they would have made one cheeseburger.
Probably.
100%. If I put it on both on one ticket, they would have made one cheeseburger.
Seems like something I would do to you.
Yeah. So whatever. Now Nico's eating out of a to-go container. Long story short,
The second cheeseburger comes.
yeah, whatever. Nico leaves. The first leg hits. I text him. Then the second leg hits. We got 2 more legs.
Yeah.
It ends up hitting. So now I'm all fired up.
He showed me his phone. I looked at it. I literally go, this is all wrong. I was like, this isn't gonna. I was like, who the fuck? I said, who gave you this? He's like, Joe in the back. I said, fire Joe. Hold on, cash that out. I did 2 different methods of I did 2 different methods of victory, and then I would call that something went the distance, and it was a +1. It was a +1,000.
Makes sense why he
That's
wants
a
to be a cop,
+1,000.
that kid. Fucking pig.
So +1,000. So there's just a case in point where the kid can dial something up right on the run. And I'm
glad you guys are all making money, and then you guys know it's a lock, and then you don't text me. That's fine.
Nope.
I'll pay for all the podcast shit. I'll handle all that while you guys are making money.
Well, nobody
I like
knows
that.
it's a lock. And I send, first of all, I send stuff.
You guys get into one.
I send you guys stuff all the time.
I know, but you also sent us like a $10,000 bet. That wait a minute.
that was $1,000. I said it to
I
people
said-
like,
You're
Let's-
fucking stupid.
I said, let's put this in for $1,000. It's a $300 bet each, guys. It's really not that
Would you
crazy.
say he's been
I-
complaining about money lately too a lot, and then he's trying to throw in $1,000 bets.
Justin.
First of all, I
it's
bet-
just
I
way-
bet- I
Justin,
make-
I just want you to know, like, that's way over what I like to throw down.
I make 2 $10 bets and like 1 $5 bet a week.
I don't know. You're throwing in a lot of legs. I see a lot of legs.
But
a lot
like,
of
that was
legs.
like so crazy when you just like drop you drop your parlays all the time in the chat. Like, hey guys, what do you think of this 16 like fucking parlay? Like, all right, Justin, I don't even know how the fuck.
And honestly, I'm either hitting them or I'm losing them by 1 leg.
He's busting my balls about smoking cigars, and he's throwing all these legs and all his bets in, throwing the bets and rubbing it in people's
if I
faces.
bet $25 a week, that's really not unreasonable.
Mine typically,
And
how
that's
much
what
I
my
spend,
budget calls.
How much I spend is like
Don't talk about question 5.
If I had a higher
talk
budget,
about
would I
question
bet
5,
more?
please.
Probably. What do you mean? Don't
talk about
You
it.
went out and bought a new car, and you're comparing that.
oh
to,
yeah, hey, you got a new car, nice dude.
You went out and bought
What
a new
they-
car, and you're going to compare that to me betting $25
My
a week.
payment didn't change.
What did they do when you brought that fucking thing back?
They said you're the fucking
set it
man.
on fire.
They said you're the fucking man.
They
That's what
probably
they said.
set it on fire because this kid just throws his trash
There
out.
was $7,500 worth of damage on this fucking thing. The brakes
Yeah,
were gone. The tires were gone.
the
There was
brakes
brake
were-
dust all on my back window. They had to
Peel
put
it off.
That's the only reason why I traded it in, dude. There was so much fucking. The
Why
brake
did you
dust
let
is
your
really-
brakes go that long?
His brakes. Listen. All I'm saying is we are family.
I drove out for 6 months.
We are family.
We drove-
I did the same
Yeah.
thing with my C200 Chrysler, bro. We are family.
We drove to.
I got all my sisters.
Kids,
in me.
the brake, my car looked two-tone. The whole backside
yeah,
of my
yeah.
Chrysler. I don't know if you guys remember that silver C200.
Yeah.
The back ass end was all orange. It
Yeah,
literally
that's
looked
what it
like
looked
the
like.
color of this fucking
I go, what?
thing.
Wow, I got rust on the back of my car. I wasn't
Yeah.
even thinking about the brake dust.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And then it just permanently like fucking fade scarred
It
everything.
etched on the whole back.
We drove to New York with a half flat tire. Your
Oh,
tire
it was a little
fucked
low.
up.
It was a little low. Hey, did we get there fine?
We did.
Yeah.
We got
So-
there.
There was one time me and Al drive together. Majority of play. I forget where we were going. Al pulled in somewhere and just wrecked this fucking tire.
I smashed it on a curb.
Just ate a curve.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, we get to the podcast and you're rich, and he's like, how bad is it? And I literally look at like, bro, there's like the massivest chunk.
I think it was by,
how's
like
this tire
Encore.
not blown
Yeah.
up? That like this is just
This
a
huge
fucking
chunk on the side.
taken out.
That's crazy.
Dude, when he said $7,500 worth of damages, that's so funny because it's true. Like, it's true. It's all good. So what happens with that? You have to pay that?
No, I just
No,
traded it
he'll
in.
just get money towards his trading.
Oh, taking
Just maybe not enough.
So instead of giving you, let's just call it on a sevens notice. Instead of 21, instead of giving 21,000, you get 14.
Yeah, they try to craft me at the dealership, and like I wasn't letting it happen.
Dude, tell me not. Car dealerships might be one of the worst places to spend time.
Sucks.
Dude,
It's
I
the
went
worst
with my
place, dude.
boy to buy a car.
I'd rather spend time in a doctor's office.
Because there might be something more to look at there.
I just do the same thing every time. I got the same playbook. They've probably seen it a million times, but it's like the Green Bay power sweep. This is what I do. I go in there. I say, I want this. I want to pay this. And then when they say, oh, I'll come back with this, I say, all right, we're too far apart. And I get up. And then they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I do it every time. I'm ready to walk out. I'm like, you let me know when you can get to this number. I leave. And then they come back usually at the number or close to it. Just get the fuck up and get out of there because they want to lose. Listen, guys, I got too much going on here. I got to get back to work. When you sit down and say that, guys, I got too much. I'm right on break for work.
Because you get the more that they break you down, the longer they hold you there. That's what they do. They break you down. They make you complacent. They make you stop probably maybe saying yes.
They want you there to think.
Yeah, and they want you to say yes to a number that you're not going to be able to compete with.
This is how I went to go make a copy of a key and I come back with a Mustang.
Yeah, that's just you being a retard, but I love that.
Yeah. I'm impulsive.
Okay.
Very impulsive.
All right.
Speaking of doctor's office, can I tell you guys about my experience the other day?
Yes, please. Because I was kind of laughing about this situation because I did hear a piece of it from my wife because we had to watch Santino. So,
So I go there, whatever, and I'm talking to her, and I have I don't want to say allergy, but I'm going to say allergy for the sake of conversation to lidocaine. Like you can't use lidocaine.
okay.
So now I sit
Which is
down.
like a Novocaine, right?
It's like a Novocaine. They were gonna numb my nose and my throat to be able to put the tube the size of this through my nose and down my throat.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there.
They're doing this for your GERD,
Yes.
your acid reflux that you have.
Yeah. Yes. They're trying to determine what kind of surgery I would qualify for. So they're basically what they're doing is they were going to measure the pH in my stomach and measure my throat muscles, how I swallow, to determine what kind of surgery I get. Now, no shit, the tube is this fucking big, this thick.
But you're looking at it. Why?
What do you mean why?
Why are you looking at it? What do you care how big it is?
It's not even the point. Whatever.
Okay.
I didn't tell her not to do it.
Okay.
So they try to go in my left nostril. She goes, have you ever broken your nose? I go, no. She goes, your left nostril is like a fucking pinhole. It's mad
You should see
small.
mine. It's crazy.
So apparently I have a fucking, I don't know what it's called. But
Could it be a deviated septum?
could be. So she's like, I have to go in the other nostril. I go, okay, fine. So she gets through. Now, it's one of the most painful things fucking ever. It was crazy.
Because you couldn't do lidocaine.
Couldn't do any of the lidocaine, whatever.
But why? What happens to you?
I just get I get a super bad GERD attack. I don't know why. So she goes through, and now the thing's in my throat. I start throwing up. I start gagging. Well, it's like, imagine this is just stuck in your throat. So every time you swallow,
It's hitting you the gag reflex.
it's just smashing my gag reflex. So, I mean, the pain I got through was already through my nose, but I couldn't swallow. Every single time I swallowed, I threw up. So she had to take it out. She's like, I can't do the test. You're throwing up every time you swallow.
You would think all that time at Pride nightclub down in Orlando would have got your gag reflex a little bit better.
Yeah, you would think, but it didn't. I mean, you should see me try to brush my teeth. When I try to brush my tongue, I'm gagging everywhere. I have a very high, I would be the worst gay man on the planet. I'd never be able to suck a dick.
You could take it in the ass, though.
Hand jobs for everybody. And nobody wants this pancake ass. So it would just be hand jobs and foot jobs only.
Yeah, it'd be bone on bone.
Yeah.
Be pelvic bone.
Nobody would want.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless it was fat me, then
Yeah, plonk you up a little bit.
we'd be having a different conversation. Yeah. So basically they couldn't do it. Now they're going to have to put a device in me. And they're like, oh, are you allergic to like copper or nickel? I'm like, I have no clue. Why would I know that? I've never ingested it.
Yeah. Just been eating pennies.
Yeah, I just eat pennies left and right. So what they do is they'll put you to sleep. They're gonna put an implant in me, and then you shit it out a week later. They like sew it to you,
Yeah.
and then the stitch dissolves, and then you shit it out.
And then you're going to find it.
No, you just bring the device back. I would have to carry a device it's like the size of your cell phone. Every time you get reflux, you hit it. Every time you go to bed, you have to.
So they
hit
didn't
it.
do this
No, it's
Okay.
gonna have to be a different appointment now.
because now they're going to put you out.
They're gonna have to put me out.
So you didn't. So you did all this shit.
Well, they would have had to put 2 separate tubes in me. So first they would have had to put that in, do one test, take it out, and then put another one in me.
And you weren't capable.
And then I would have had to go home with it for the whole night and go back.
You just seem
Every time I swallow, it's not my fault, dude. I can't control my gag reflex.
you've got more problems than a math book.
It's not
That's
my fault.
what it is.
Not my fault. I went there. I let them put it in me. It's not like I didn't.
That would definitely cutting that. That's a perfect clip. I let them put it in me.
I let them put it right in me. She fucking.
That was the story. They just couldn't get it done. I thought that was funny though. To me, it's like everything goes wrong with you.
Yeah,
So
you
that
should have
to
seen me.
I was laughing.
You would have. My eyes were fucking just leaking. Just because it's like it went through you. It goes to your nose. It's like all connected.
Hey, this is totally off topic. Do you guys know how many monthly listeners we have?
What are you applying for?
Did someone reach out to me to do something for me?
Around like 500. Why? Oh, monthly? No, weekly is about 500. So probably 2,000 a month. Why?
Sun Cruiser
Oh,
wants me to do a deal.
are we gonna get
What are you just fucking putting it on your shit? This better come to all of us. Better trickle down.
What do you think I asked? You fucking scumbag.
Are we gonna get a sponsor?
Could get money.
We are sponsored by Roosevelt's. They gave us some shirts.
They gave us nothing else.
That was a one-time sponsorship.
That's all right.
That's a
We're-
one-off.
hey, we're still reaping the benefits of that. If it was just if they just gave us money, that shit would have been blown. Would you agree?
Oh, it would've
I
been gone.
love
To be honest, it would have went right to you.
I love
for the
apparel.
odd stuff. None of us are getting any money till you recruit.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, you can keep saying that. But
What do you mean? Do you think I'm just going to demand money from you?
second of all, I got a question for you. Talking back to the betting,
Yeah, you were saying that. Yep.
what do you think the punishment should be for someone that gives you like an unsolicited bet? Like they give you like, hey, bet North Carolina, -7.5, and it doesn't hit.
But like, does it not?
Unsolicited. You're not even talking about betting. And they're just like, listen, do you do that? Do you give unsolicited bets?
Unsolicited
Sorry.
advice?
I'm sorry. Hear me. I don't know what unsolicited means.
It means if you just texted me randomly, I didn't ask you, hey, Nico, like I did. When you sat down, I asked you.
Let's say today I text you, you go home. You're eating your fucking cheeseburger.
Yeah, you tell me Eagles. You tell me like, okay, so right, all right. You're
not even
you
talking
didn't ask
about
me.
that.
We weren't even talking about tonight's game, right? And I send you a 4-leg parlay.
I wouldn't even say a 4-leg parlay.
Just one thing.
Just one thing. Because I feel like that's worse. A 4-leg parlay, it's like, all right, parlays are risky in general. You're basically saying this is a sure thing.
Oh, okay.
Bet the Lakers tonight, -2.5.
Okay. Can I ask? Do they give you reason? Whoever sends you this?
No reason.
Me personally, man, I always come with my own research.
Yeah, but forget about the research.
All right. Well, you
because I could talk you into it.
All right. Yeah,
I could talk you
Yeah,
into
but
any
it's
bet.
on you. If you put the money in, you can talk to you blue in the face.
See, my opinion is if you don't ask for a bet, here's the thing: if you're gonna give an unsolicited bet, it better fucking hit.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Back to that.
That's what I'm saying. It
would
better
you
fucking hit.
consider the parlay I sent
No.
for the league win?
You could send me a bet
award winners?
every single day.
No,
and I
Justin,
would never.
that's
listen to
not-
it. But that's
that's-
different. That's different.
that's-
I just would because I know you're a loser. I know Nico's a loser.
Mm-hmm.
But a person that like I'm not sure how their betting thing is, and then they just
they're
send you a random bet.
they're clearly a loser too.
They're clearly a loser.
So good, local friend of the podcast, good friend of mine, Mo. We're at a barbecue one time. We're chilling, and he's sitting there. He's like, "Oh, put on fucking."
we talking Black Mo?
Yeah, he's like, "Put on fucking NASCAR." I'm like,
Yes,
Mo.
this is what I'm talking about. This is one
Said
of those
Mo.
times.
Said Mo, I'm not putting on NASCAR. There's other sports here that I definitely would rather bet on. He's like, nah, dude, I got a lock.
that when they
said-
say it's a lock.
I said, Mo.
What
the fuck
inside
are you
information
what
on
the
NASCAR
fuck
would
are
Mo
you
have?
talking about? Now,
Like, stop.
He's not even allowed
now,
this.
listen, showed me three slips that I like this. All right, you show me slips that you've had success in it back-to-back weekends. All right, now I'm going to listen to you because clearly there might be something there. Tells me to put $50 on Joey Logano. It's a or whoever the fuck it is.
It wasn't Joey Logano. I remember I bet on this too, and I thought to myself, why am I listening to a black kid about NASCAR?
It's without
Makes no
a doubt.
sense.
It makes zero sense.
No.
Yeah,
we all fell into this trap.
And we're watching for not even, I'm no bullshit, less than 20 minutes. The guy's car gets flipped upside down. He's out. He's dead. He's gone. He's out of the race. And I go, what happens now? Mo? He goes, yeah, well, we just lost. I'm like, dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
What do you think? They're going to give you the
"Don't
money
ever,"
back?
I said, don't ever fucking like that. So
Yes.
that. I hate that. I love it. Listen, I'm all for it.
Why am I blanking on his name, dude? Because I've been texting the kids and that and I go, here's your weekly reminder. Don't ever bet on. I think is it Kyle Trask? Is that who it was?
No, Kyle. No, not Kyle Trask. Because
It was
Kyle
somebody,
Trask's
but-
one of those backup quarterbacks from college. Something like that, dude.
Let me see.
While you're looking that up, do you not like my award winner?
Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson, dude.
This is both your reminders to never bet on Kyle Larson again.
Yeah.
I just text them all the time because it's like, don't bet fucking Kyle Larson because he got so jacked up about it. He said it was a short thing. This is the stuff that pisses me off. No one has ever given me an unsolicited pick and it's hit. I can't even count on times that I've actually put the money in. So maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the bad luck charm.
You're the bad luck.
Maybe I'm bad luck Chuck. You give me a bet and I don't ask for it. Fuck you. It never hits. Never fucking hits.
Yeah, I would say you're the common denominator here.
I don't know. Maybe.
You don't think my award this?
When I give a pick, I know it's going to hit.
So here's my question:
See, I kind of feel.
do you not think that
I see where that's going.
it's worth it for $1,000 bet split between the three of us? That's $333 each to win $27,000 each is even.
It's
worth
definitely
it.
true, but I just don't think Saquon's going to beat Derrick Henry in the fucking.
But looking at Saquon's schedule from here on out,
Doesn't matter.
versus Derrick Henry's.
I'm down to do something like that. Maybe for like $50 a pop. You know what I mean?
Or 100 each.
Or maybe 100 each if I
Okay,
had a good
even-
week at work.
even 100
You're
even 100
throwing
each.
like, hey, guys,
Yeah, but it's
throw
just
out
a starter.
350.
It's a conversation starter. You could say
I
I'm
understand
comfortable
that.
doing 100.
I understand that. I said to you, I was like, I said just no. All I said was no, thank you. I didn't say like this sucks, nothing like that. I just was like,
Here's the
I don't
thing.
know if I can do. I don't know. I don't know if I can cap that one off.
Here's the difference between me and Nico. If you told me we're putting it in for $2,000 and it was just me and you, I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do everything in my power, like even if I don't believe in it, like
To believe in it.
to either one or two things: keep
for it?
ignoring it until you just forget about it,
Yeah.
or just give you the money because in my head I just think about the Bitcoin situation where we lost out on that.
Yeah.
I think about fucking anytime someone asks me to do a square, a pool, anything like that, I always put the money in because I don't want to be that guy left out. If someone asks for a Powerball, let's pool money get Powerball, you always say yes. You can't say
Imagine
no
if
to
you
these
say
things.
no and it hits, you're going to want to kill
Imagine if this
yourself.
fucking kid hit for $45,000. Like if me and
you
him hit
guys
for
would be
45,
so pissed.
I would be blowing $100 bills right in front of your face, ripping it up right in front of you, calling you a poor motherfucker just because you didn't want to put your money in. Think about that. You have to live with us, dude. That's what you got to think about.
I get that. Listen, if you
It was like $82,000 to hit
if the number came down a little bit, if in reality I looked at it and said I'll do this for 50,
But that's-
and everyone was like, all right, I'll do it for 50.
It's a night out for dinner, dude.
I know I don't need to do a night out for dinner right now on a fucking bet that I'm not going to see for the next 2 months, and then if it doesn't,
Probably
hit,
all the 2 months, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
I totally get it, but a night out to dinner for a payoff of $27,000
Listen.
each is like, give
Listen,
me a
I
break.
might reconsider it. Ask me if we could look at what the odds are in a week, because my girlfriend's going away for 2.5 weeks, going to Italy, so there'll be no date nights.
But does that not
So,
change the
odds?
landscape and the odds? I think they already changed.
I don't know.
They changed
I don't know, buddy.
instantly.
I don't know.
They probably already changed.
It might already change because Jaden Daniels had another good game versus Pittsburgh. Derrick Henry
Didn't play yet. It was after he played.
It was after that was after he played, right? Because you showed that on Saturday. And then tonight Saquon plays. The Eagles played. I don't know what they did. but
They won. That was the game that he
Eagles
jumped
played tonight.
over backwards.
yeah,
It was right after that.
it was right after that.
I think it's the touchdown situation, though. He's only got 6 touchdowns. Henry's got 14. That's where you're going to get fucked.
You see,
Saquon ain't
when
winning it.
Cincinnati's about to get fucking their ass blown out by Jamar Chase because they didn't want to pay him. And now Jamar Chase leads the league in receiving yards, touchdowns, and receptions.
You have to pay him.
Well,
Now,
Higgins would be
whoever
gone
said
too.
it,
Higgins won't be there.
Higgins not
will
going to be there. They're not going to have enough money, Justin, to pay anybody.
No.
Like, they're going to have to pay him the most money in the world. I
Again,
forget
this
who it
is why
was.
people's windows-
Debo
teams'
Samuel.
windows.
Debo Samuel said he's like, I don't know why they held the pay. He's like, I don't know why they held the paycheck so much for this kid. They're like, now they got to. He's like, you thought you had to bring one Brinks truck. You better fucking
bring
call a
2.
second Brinks truck.
Yeah, now you should have just paid the man.
Now because it just went up. They honestly, he's killing it. Good for him. I like to see people that are obviously good get fucking paid good money. Like
100%.
I got something something blew my mind. Not to change subjects
ahead.
now. That blew my mind today. I was looking at obviously death scrolling Instagram early in the morning because I've been waking up wicked early for some reason.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not like you, who said that he wakes up, but he hasn't slept past 7 o'clock. Like that was fucking.
Yeah,
early.
I'm up at 6 a.m. fucking and I work nights, dude. I'm sleeping 4 hours.
That's like I would fucking suck dick for 4 hours.
Please.
I would suck hog,
just,
dude.
like,
I would suck
everything
the
I
fattest,
say,
gross- I'd
it's
suck
like-
Marco's dick. After skate.
everything I
I'd
say
suck
with
Marco's
you.
dick after skate. for
Everything
4
I
hours.
say with you,
After
it's
skate.
always, you do this. It's funny. You do this and it's worse for you every time.
Anyways, the point is that I don't complain about things. You complain about things. That's fine. That's why we had to start at 12 o'clock.
I never complained about it.
So we had to start
That
at
was
12
not a complaint. I said I want to start at 11:30. You said why, and I said because I haven't
I
slept.
never asked why.
Well, then I gave you the
gave me
reason.
the answer. Anyways, where was I going with that?
I don't know.
What were we talking about?
Something doom scrolling.
Oh, I was doom scrolling. I was up early, like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Like a real working man.
Oh yeah. We were working on what outfit you were going to wear today.
Do you know that the UK version of the Harry Potter's first film
Yeah.
and the USA version have different titles?
No, I didn't. What is the title?
It wasn't called the Sorcerer's Stone. It was called the Philosopher's Stone. So in the
Isn't
movie,
that
they
the
filmed
name
it
of
twice.
the book?
So no, the UK version of the book is the Philosopher's Stone, and
Yeah.
for some reason, the United States version
Is
the
it
Sorcerer's
different?
Stone.
Is it just the title's different, or it?
They say it in the movie. They must have filmed multiple different things where they say it in the movie. Look,
I checked this out weeks ago for a bit of light reading. This is light. Of course, here it is. Nicholas Flamel is the only known maker of the Philosopher's Stone. Of course, here it is. Nicholas Flamel is the only known maker of the Sorcerer's Stone.
so they filmed two different versions of it.
Okay.
The UK and the what's it called? Did you know anything about
I
that?
had
'Cause
no
You're a
clue.
Harry Potter loser.
I like
So-
Harry Potter, but no, I didn't know that.
Who was it? You that used to watch it every Christmas? Is that you that watches the whole thing? You call that a
I
Christmas
did not.
movie?
I just said it's a Christmas movie because it's always on Christmas, but I don't watch it.
place during Christmas,
It does take place during Christmas,
but it's not a Christmas.
It's not a Christmas movie.
It just happens to take place on fucking Christmas. It's not Christmas.
But here's
movie.
the thing
But
is-
you could Justin. That's cool. Like that's I'm all right if around that time of the year you're like I want to binge some Harry Potter. I'm all for it.
No, I'm
with
saying is they play it every
They do.
year.
they do because people.
So I think it's an ipso facto Christmas movie. If
I
they're
think it's a
playing it
Mandela
during-
effect.
If they're playing it during Christmas every year on TBS marathons, they even were advertising it that it's coming up. Harry Potter marathon's coming up. So every year, they play it during Christmas, and they celebrate Christmas in almost every movie.
In every movie, it's Christmas.
Almost every one, there's Christmas in it.
Damn.
They go on Christmas vacation. Harry Potter's home celebrating Christmas with his family that hates him, that he didn't get any presents. Or
I know it does always take place on basically the same timeline.
yeah,
Every movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all. That's my argument. Take that information, use it how you will.
Same with the Die Hard though.
Yeah, exactly. Just takes place during Christmas. Is it a Christmas movie? I mean, not really, but yes, it is at the same time.
I fuck with Christmas movies. I fuck with.
Do you remember how
Grinch.
mad Marco got that we redrafted that in the Christmas movie draft?
So he was
What?
so mad.
He got mad that we drafted Die Hard in the Christmas movie draft.
Is that a argument? Could you?
I think a lot of people argue it that it's not.
He's wearing a fucking Santa
He is.
in one of them.
Could you say Terrifier 3 is a Christmas movie now?
100%.
Now it is, right?
Full blown.
Did you like it, Justin?
I fucking loved it.
I heard it's just fucked up.
It is-
But
it
I
is
like,
fucked up.
but
You
there's
like
also
fucked up.
like a lot of funny elements. There's a reason it was the number one fucking movie.
For a minute.
It's probably still up there.
need to go back to the movies. That's been
It outbeat Joker. It's like
Yeah,
people were just going.
anything will beat Joker. I can honestly have made a better film
Yeah,
than that Joker
I get
2
it,
film.
but that's like
I didn't
people.
see it either.
People
I know
were
everyone's
still
talking
going into it and buying tickets to it based off the last Joker, not knowing what I was going to be a big pile of dog shit.
Well, yeah,
see
some
it?
people don't pay attention to the
No, I
noise.
haven't.
I'm not
Nor
gonna lie to
will
you.
I.
Like I
You
haven't.
have to watch it.
I don't even think only if it's free. I'm not paying for it.
Maybe
not
we
giving
should
them any
all
money.
one day at one night that we have nothing to.
Can we live stream it? Us
Yeah.
watching it?
People in the movie that were in the movie said it was the worst piece of garbage. Tim
Talking about
Dillon.
Tim Dillon.
Tim Dillon was like, "This is the worst."
Speaking
piece
of Tim
garbage
Dillon, dude,
ever."
listen to this text I got today. I have a friend who's gay and conservative, extremely conservative.
Yeah.
He texted me today.
Yeah.
So he's a Republican gay.
Yeah.
He's a gay Republican.
Yes.
He texted me today and was like, dude, this guy reminds me of you.
Of Tim Dillon.
And it was Tim Dillon with like sunglasses.
Does he not know who Tim Dillon is?
I said, you don't know who Tim Dillon? At first I said to him, I don't know who that is. I've never heard of him. And
So
I'm
you're just
like,
being
I'm
a
obviously busting balls. Like, how do you not know who he is? He's like the champion of gay Republicans.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you not know who this guy
That's
is?
crazy.
So how does a gay Republican not know who Tim Dillon is? That's my question.
Well, he's just clearly out of the loop here. And first of all, Kyle snuck in. They placed an online to go.
That's what they do.
Yeah, and it's like Kyle came in and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Don't be a scumbag. Let us pay for it. It's fine.
They're just living under rocks, being all gay, not knowing who fucking one of the most famous comics is on the planet.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's nuts.
And if anybody ever gets mad at Al for saying the word gay or whatever, his best friend is gay. So suck it.
I got to pass, I think.
What were the other word?
You get a pass.
We got to pass from the last podcast. I don't know if he'd like the way you were saying that, the way you were saying it. You were angry.
Well, I was
Fucking
repeating what
serious.
you were saying.
The audacity on you. This is Mark Lewis is a fucking cat.
Yep.
Just
Basically, no.
comes out of nowhere and just lays down.
All right, how far are we in?
I
Table.
thought that was my phone. No, we're only like an hour and 20 in, probably.
We could come to a.
I do have a question for you because, you know, Trump's coming into office, right? And I was thinking about this. I was thinking in my head, if
I want to
became,
talk about politics.
no, it has nothing to do with politics.
Oh, good.
Well, kind of auxiliary about politics. If you were the president, right? You become the president of the United States. What would be the first thing you would ask? Because you know that they sit down, like, what would you want to know? Like, would you want to know about aliens? Like, what would you try to ask? What would be the first?
We already know about aliens.
Oh no! I want to know if there's like an Avengers task force somewhere hidden.
So you go right to Marvel, per usual.
Yeah. Well, what do you call? What do you call those people? What is the name for them? Like they are.
Superheroes?
Yeah, but not that. Like, give me like more of like a government name for that. What is it called? Not super soldiers, but what is it called? Like fucking
I don't even know. Is that a
enhanced,
thing?
like enhanced humans. You want to call it like enhanced
You
humans?
want to know if there's like enhanced humans? Yeah.
Yeah. Not mutants, like enhanced humans.
You don't think like Glenn and Tren and fucking Anavar is
Who the fuck's Glenn and Tren?
fucking any steroid?
Oh,
Like some of those? Is that what
I
you're
would
asking?
say
that's-
there
no,
are
that's fucking stupid.
There
No,
are
don't
enhanced
do it,
humans, and they're called autistic people.
So then,
There's that.
and guess what they fueled on? Dave's hot chicken. This is Justin's whole train of thought.
I'm giving them credit. I'm not talking shit about them for being enhanced. They're some of the smartest people in the fucking world.
So you
happiest.
you have said this on the podcast that you think Mark Lewis is autistic. So are you saying that he's an enhanced human being?
Oh yeah, he's real enhanced.
Okay. I'm just trying to connect the dots here.
I would ask. Is there an Avengers initiative? Like who?
I would say-
is the real life Tony Stark?
No, and it's Elon Musk. There's your answer. And
think he's the guy?
he's autistic, and he's
No, he's
one
got
of
Look
the
at this. What? Look at this cunt, dude.
he's one of the smartest human beings
You know
on the
what?
planet.
You have a fucking scumbag.
She's eating her fucking box, so live on camera.
This is why I shoved the cat off the fucking table the last time.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So you. What would your question be, Justin? Would you want to know anything? I think there's got to be some files on the aliens. JFK. I'd like to know that.
The thing with the aliens is it's like they've already have government things that they have to release to the public now. You just got to know where to look.
Yep.
There's a lot of information already out there, so we kind of already know that exists. The JFK stuff would be good to know. The moon landing stuff would be good to know. I want to know if there's really something in Antarctica. Like, is the world not flat, but are we in a dome?
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Wait a minute.
Antarctica.
Are we in a
Antarctica.
dome? Wait, you think we're in a dome?
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
And wait, now you got me all fucked up. 'cause I make fun of you.
Antarctica.
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 Antarctica. No. They added an extra
there's
T.
no
Antarctica.
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 Wait, hold on.
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Not Antarctica. What the fuck is that? No.
Antarctica.
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 Yeah, he's adding an extra T.
No.
Fucking us up. Antarctica.
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 Mark with an I.
The last two times that we just said it, I was wrong.
Mark with an I.
Antarctica.
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 You know what's funny?
Antarctica.
Because my accent's
my
so bad.
God.
Somebody asked me a question and they were like, oh, so-and-so, is she going to be? I said, I don't know, Alaska.
Yeah.
And they're like, Alaska? I'm like, Alaska.
Oh, that's
I could see
fine.
that happening.
You know, a table paid me $20. I honestly felt it's a little bit disrespectful, but
I can already tell you it's disrespectful.
it's like
Yeah.
I'll take you $20. I grabbed it right out of her hand as soon as she held it up like this. She was like, "Can you say park the car in the Harvard Yard?" I literally word for word said, I was like, "Oh, everyone's laughing." They're like, "Oh, we can't hear somebody with Boston accent." I said, "Park the car in the Harvard Yard and fuck your mother too," and grabbed the $20.
That's great.
Everyone started dying laughing. I was like, "Thanks, I'll be here all week." He just walked to the back. Then he goes, "Hey, did you just tell somebody over there to fuck their mother?" I go, "Dude, look how
They
fucking
wanted the Boston
I
accent.
said, look how stupid these fucking people are. Like how weird they are."
Yeah.
I said, they were from, I think like Minnesota. They're like, "We've never heard a Boston accent. You have a really good one. We've been listening to it. And we wanted you to say X, Y, and Z for $20."
I got that this week too, but not the 20.
He goes, let me say something over there for $20. I was like, no, stay back.
Stay back here, Danny.
Relax.
Yeah, calm down, Danny. Freak.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, all right, man. I laugh. I'm like, okay. I tell everybody I'm bored. I have people that literally, like a bird feeder, eat on my hand. It's awesome. Be like, "Oh, you from here?" You know,
Imagine if they saw you in that
what I
brooch.
tell people all
If
the
they
time?
ever saw you in that brooch.
That's a fire. Like you just don't understand. Like you're out of your time. You're an old soul.
You're fucking over 30, dude.
You're an old soul.
No.
You're an old soul.
Look at this outfit, number one. I fucking look good.
What? You
24/7.
didn't even ask for that fucking
24
Roosevelt hooked it
fucking
up with that.
7, kid.
Yeah, you didn't even buy that.
I look the
didn't
best
even
in a
buy
suit.
it.
I look the best in a suit.
I mean, you definitely
buy that
hurt fucking. Who'd you steal that hat from? Fucking Nigel Thornberry? Is that who you stole that
fucking
hat from?
Nigel.
You do look like Nigel.
Do you want to give us a fucking? Do you have a Wild
I can't do it.
Thornberry's
I can't do
accent?
it. If I would have to watch a YouTube video for 45 minutes and you would have to catch me 10 seconds after I watched the video to give you a half decent one. It would leave my head immediately.
Yeah, it's just like you wouldn't be able
But the
to.
Nigel Thornberry. I would love to hear him say that.
He's like a
I wouldn't
rich
even know.
British accent.
Yeah.
No, he's Australian, isn't he?
I don't know. Maybe.
They are. They might
Put
be-
another stamp on the Barbie. That's all I got.
sounds like
That's
that
all I
sounds.
got, dude.
That
I'm
sounds
too angry.
That's
so
terrible.
angry.
I'm bad, dude.
That was
I'm bad at
Your
accents.
teeth look like he's throwing the shrimp on the Barbie.
I'm bad at accents.
Yeah, that's very true. I don't know what we were talking about. Oh, but yeah, accents. Like, I think it's funny. I tell people all the time. I say, yeah, I was born up the street in a bathtub, and that gets them every time.
Just in a
you from here?
bathtub.
So yeah, I was born up the street in a bathtub. I say Michelangelo Street. I said my mom took the financial route and had me in a bathtub, but it didn't pay off.
Were you really born in a bathtub?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay. I thought that was I wouldn't put that past you
I know.
guys for some reason.
Crazy.
It would make a lot of sense of how retarded you are.
That's
that you
what I
actually
tell
hit your head
everybody.
off the porcelain.
That's what I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're so funny. I'm like, yeah, they went with the financial road. Didn't really pay off in my brain end, but yeah.
They
here I
put
am.
my father in the oven to keep him warm when he was born. He was born in the house. On Bennington Street in fucking East Boston, kid.
Oh, thank God I didn't have German parents.
Put you in the in the-
German. I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Did you get
This kid hates Jews.
He doesn't fucking hate.
Like he went straight
Yeah.
to Jews. When I met, all I said was
You
oven.
gave me that.
But did you hear?
You gave me that. Though.
I
You
said-
said that they put your dad in the oven as a baby.
They did to keep him warm. It was
And
low.
I'm pretty sure that was probably around the time,
He had it on the warmer.
1935,
180
dude. This
degrees,
is
huh?
what they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Agatha Christie.
What?
Agatha
Just turn the
Christie?
fucking.
Is that the one that the broad that killed herself? She stuck her head in an oven.
Yeah. That's
I think-
crazy. That's gotta be.
Wait, she stuck her head in her oven.
I think she was like a famous author.
to kill herself.
I'm pretty sure.
That's like
But I don't even know why I asked. Oh, I asked that because they were talking about the aliens that they
Yeah. What would your answer would have been? Was it aliens that you wanted?
I think it would be all that shit. It'd be JFK, obviously moon land and that. I wouldn't want to hear the real shit about COVID because we know that shit was a gap.
Oh yeah, 100%.
dude. That
All
he
that
said
stuff.
he's going to open up the JFK file.
He should open that up, but he said that last time. It's like
I know, but they asked him not to. He said this time. He said it on Rogan. He said this time I'm open.
I'd like to know that you like the Ultra shit. Like the American, remember that
MK
movie,
Ultra?
MK
he said
Ultra,
this
like
time I'm opening them.
He's like, I'm opening it fully. He said he opened it partially. He got asked by some friends that not to do it.
Did you hear this is what got me thinking about it, but did you hear online not online, but there was a clip online that surfaced that, what the fuck's her name? She's a representative
Yeah.
Yep.
and she was asking somebody about if they knew anything. She was asking like the CIA people if they knew anything about underwater alien life.
No.
This is like last week.
I didn't see this now.
Yeah.
While you're looking that up, Alex Jones put out a tweet recently. If you know who Alex Jones is, he is claiming, I'll read the tweet word for word. Coup alert, Democratic deep state planning to install Harris in presidency before Trump inauguration. Then Trump will be conveniently assassinated. Next false flag terror attack will provide cover for martial law to be declared. That's Alex Jones.
Wait, hold on. I was looking at my shit.
Alex Jones is claiming that Biden's going to step down. Kamala's going to take over to be president for the last few months. Then Trump is going to get assassinated. Then Kamala's going to remain president until they can do a whole nother election with people.
But wouldn't that already go to Vance? You would think it would
I would
just go
think
to
it would
Vance.
go to Vance.
'Cause-
That's what I would think because he would be vice president elect.
right. Unless they kill them both.
Unless
All right, so it was Lauren Boebert. She's that broad. Remember the broad that went to the theater and she was getting her
with
tits
the
grabbed?
yeah.
It was her thing basically saying about the existence of underwater alien bases on Earth. And she said the American people are being kept in the dark. This is her questioning the people on some subcommittee. This is 8 hours ago they posted this. During a hearing held by a subcommittee, House Oversight Committee in Washington, D.C. Wednesday, Boebert asked a group of officers if they had any knowledge that the Department of Defense was involved with any secretive projects involving the manipulation of human genetics with non-human genetic material. Basically meaning like, are they using like aliens to make probably superhumans like Nico was talking about?
Yeah.
This is what made me think of that question.
Well,
It's like,
apparently
what-
we've explored more space than we've explored ocean.
I think they said only 4% of the world's ocean or something so small.
It's very small.
What, 13%?
13.
So it's funny that you call yourself the dumbest human on the planet and then you just throw out a fucking fact like that. Like, we only
Is that a Mako fact?
or is that a real fact?
Hey Siri, how much of the world's ocean have human beings explored? What percentage?
Oh yeah, that is 13. Look it up.
Hey Siri, what percentage of the world's ocean have humans explored?
Oceans cover approximately 71% near its surface. This is from Wikipedia.
It's not our fault.
Why is it playing on my Apple thing?
Let's see.
It didn't give me.
That's the government.
How much of the world's ocean have we explored?
I would have said percentage just to get it.
Okay, exactly double, 26.1%.
26.1%. And how much? And apparently we've explored more space than we have.
C4 has been mapped with modern high resolution technology. That's fucking wild, dude. So there could be aliens down there. They should make a movie about that. Are you just playing with this cat? Is she gonna fucking cut you up?
I hope fucking not, dude. I think we're just playing. If she fucking swipes me, I'm gonna punch her in the head.
She just has to be involved in everything, dude.
Yeah. Well,
All right. Do we have anything else?
I had a couple more things, but not really that important. Guys, you thought the podcast was ending. It's not fucking ending. We're going to do this till we fucking
you
die.
need some lotion, bro.
Where?
All right here.
I did scratch myself. I do.
Oh my God, Jesus
I got
Christ!
dry skin. I feel like I haven't been
Holy
drinking my fluids
shit.
if we're being
Somebody
honest.
that's been up since 5:30 this morning.
You think
we
you
would put
fucking
some
run
lotion
into
on.
a thing of lotion?
Yeah.
Are you using Dove?
Sorry, I work too much.
Get the fuck up, dude. Yeah, get the fuck
I work too much, too many hours.
All right, man. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. My sports schedule is more than both of y'all work schedules put together combined.
Which is crazy. You would think that you get paid for all these fucking
Nico, are you going to make this?
what?
The blind ranking?
No, I've made none of them.
I know we really haven't made a fucking clip in years. We're trying to make a few more clips. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We could. There's some here that we got to get. I know. We already know.
You got a list of guests you want to get on this podcast? It'd be nice to have a guest or two.
I have maybe I could.
So my question is, you want to cry about Justin always bringing up Marco, that this is the Marco podcast. And then you don't even, and then every time a guest is brought up, you're like, I don't know. We got to prepare. Like we have to be like super prepared.
All I'm saying is we have to be fucking prepared. That's all. I don't care.
I mean, all you got to do is just like ask them, just have
As long as it's not the day before that we get told, like week of, hey, next week we got so and so.
So you think more preparation would be better?
Yeah, we need preparation. We
Preparation
here,
H.
we have no preparation, nothing. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, just a little bit more.
He hates dogs and Jews.
Those are like two things. Like you put those on the list. It's dogs. Okay, this is a good question. Do you think you hate dogs and Jews more than Justin hates Marco?
No, I love dogs.
You punched
Yeah,
the dog
see how
right
he
in the
mentioned the
face.
Jews, though?
Yeah, he didn't bring
He
the
see, he
Jews
didn't
up.
say that he didn't.
I
mention
love
the Jews.
dogs and Jewish people.
Okay,
Yom Kippur. Assalamu alaikum.
I think that might be. Is Assalamu alaikum?
Happy
that could be,
Hanukkah.
That could be
Is it
Muslim.
Muslim?
Happy early Hanukkah.
Aaron?
And shalom.
All right.
All right.
Well, it's a good episode.
Ni hao.
I think we kept this episode much better. I don't have to really cut anything. That's good. That's a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually nothing you need to blur.
You don't have to do any legwork.
I think everything.
Absolutely. Maybe I can get this out early.
And for you, Kat, you.